There are many heroes in this story, but every story has an original hero, and ours is Tim Tokaryk. This story goes back almost 30 years. So it was back to Tim Tokaryk and people like Wes Long and others who were involved at the time, right? The people who found Scotty and have developed Scotty and are building Scotty and will be presenting Scotty right now, they're going to be the hometown heroes who present that.
Yeah. I went back to grade 12, a second year, but I had a lot of time in my hand. We had to take 2 classes, like religion and math. And I started volunteering at the museum in Edmonton, Provincial Museum of Alberta. So I started off as a volunteer. I would eventually skip my classes, my 2 classes, to go volunteer at the museum. And I got nailed because my math teacher late in the spring says, took me off after class, says, "Do you know Jennifer?" I said, "No." Or Jenny? Yeah, there's a Jenny who works right beside me in the museum. She's my wife. So every time I skipped class, he knew exactly where I was in the course of my 35 or so years of doing this. I've published in scientific journals, 250 times. I know how to do science. I know what I do. Those signals were strong. I realized almost immediately that there was a T-Rex skeleton under our feet. Because until you remove the hill, you really don't know what you have. It could be 1 or 2 bones of different animals. I was very excited, especially for the first 5 minutes, and I swore for 5 minutes straight. And I phoned the boss and said that we have an interesting problem, is that we have a T-Rex and it is what we saw in '91. How am I going to get it out? Dinosaurs don't die near roads. You don't just sort of back up the truck and load it in. I drank rum. Grant Shute drank scotch, and Don Stoffagen drank beer. We finished everything in camp, and we had the last thing to go was the scotch. Now I hate scotch, but that was the common thing that night, was that we killed a bottle of Glenfiddich, and thus became Scotty. No one hears you scream in the Badlands.
This story has been on ABC in Australia. I've picked it up from Jakarta, Pakistan, Spanish language media, 4 prominent dailies, including the Times of London in Britain, all over the world. And I can't think of a good news story from Saskatchewan that's had that impact, right? The whole world is looking at the place, right? Get ready, the world is watching, right? This is your time, this is your moment, shine.
All I ever wanted to do was leave a footnote. That's all I wanted to do. I mean, if I can do that, then I've contributed. I learn by doing and by applying, what I know. And it's been a progressive evolution of sorts. So I left a mark.